And welcome back to the Roney Center of McAllen, Texas, where it is the undefeated Daredevils taking on the Endgame. Endgame winning their previous match 2-0, but it is the Daredevils who are a new team to the league and looking to cause the sensation here as they take an early 1-0 lead. Endgame enter the match with a record of 2-1, winning their previous two matches in sweeps. The Daredevils, however, they won both their previous two matches last weekend as they swept the Chaos 2-0 and then needed another two sets to defeat the Sparks. So needless to say, the Daredevils, they're hoping to put everyone on notice here in Texas Valley Sports Volleyball. My name is Ray Silva from South Texas Border Sports, from whichever platform you may be joining us, YouTube, Twitch, and or Facebook. Many thanks for following us along. Daredevils have a lot of key pieces from a championship team from the Black Widows, who took the entire title last year. It is the Daredevils taking an early 2-1 lead here in set number one. Daredevils trying to set the tone early and often here as they want to become the champions here of Texas Valley Sports Volleyball as they find an early kill there in the net. It's a 3-1 lead so far. That goes over the net as the Daredevils find a cavity there and they get the kill right there at the net. It is a 4-1 lead early on. Serve goes over and that's going to be an ace. Daredevils trying to take, and that's going to fall a little bit short right there as the Endgame finally break the rally there. 5-2 our score early on. Serve gets across. Ball moving around there. Nothing doing as the Daredevils punch the ball around, and that's going to go out of bounds. That's going to be a Daredevil point. 6-2 here early on. Daredevils, one of two undefeated teams, as the Hawks are also undefeated. And there's another miscue there by the Endgame. 7-2 lead now. And there goes another miscue there by the Endgame as the Endgame make a sub as it is now a 7-3 ball game. That's going to go out of bounds, and that's going to be a point for the Daredevils. Ball goes up and over, and that's going to be an ace for the Daredevils. 9-3 our score. Daredevils taking names, putting everyone on notice so far. Serve goes up, over. Daredevils. And that's going to fall in for the end game. That's going to go out of bounds, and that's going to be point Daredevils. There's going to be a sub being made by the Daredevils, as they are a high mileage user of those changes right there. And that's going to be a 2-touch violation on the end game there. Right now, the end game are feeling the effects of having to play the match earlier prior to this. Daredevils looking to be on the front foot all the time here. They're setting it up, and that's going to be point Daredevils, as that is a net violation on number 7 there. 12-4 our score here right now, early on in the first set here. Serve gets across. Endgame just hoping to get that across. That falls short. This is going to be 13-4. There's going to be a timeout call. We'll go to commercial break. We'll be right back. We are back now from the timeout as Endgame take a timeout to try to rethink their strategy a little bit, and it is the Daredevils continuing to be on the front foot now as they are up 14-4 here in the first set. Fidel on the 1s and 2s here on our scoreboard tonight, doing an excellent job as usual. Bit of an excessive celebration there for Endgame, who are down by 9 at the moment. Trying to gather some momentum after winning their previous game. That serve is going to go over. Daredevils looking to move the ball around. They're met at the net, and that's supposed to be a net violation, not called. Another point there for an Endgame. Endgame back to serve. And then ace right there, ready Endgame, looking to feed off that motivation there. Daredevils moving the ball around, get it across. Endgame hoping to play around with it, and that's going to result in a Daredevils point. No excessive celebration there by the Daredevils. They're just going upon their own business. Daredevils, Sammy Garcia back to serve. That's going to fall short. That's going to be a point to the Endgame. 15-8 our score. Back to serve for the end game is the libero. That's going to fall a little short too. 16-8 our score. And that's going to be a rotational error on the end game. It's going to be 17-8 to the Daredevils. A bit of frustration there by the end game. Endgame get it across. They move it around. That goes down. And that's going to fall in. That's going to be 18-8. Right now, the Daredevils are on a roll right now. Get it across. That's going to be an ace. 19-8, our score. Daredevils looking to get their third straight victory of the season, all via the sweep thus far. The end game looking to get also their third straight victory, also needing to sweep as well. Right now, it has been all Daredevils in set number one here. Ball gets across. They're moving the ball around. Daredevils setting it up here as they want to get the attack here, but they'll just be content to get it just softly over. And once again, the end game there will make a sub here. If Dean Malenko, the former professional wrestler, was so-called the man of 1,000 moves, Endgame is probably known to be the team of 1,000 subs. Daredevils just get it across. They're moving the ball around. Daredevils from the back, set it up. They dump it over and get the 21st point. Back to serve are the Daredevils. Daredevils looking to continue their rise on the standing as they are one of the two undefeated teams in Texas Valley Sports Volleyball. And that's going to be a Daredevil point after that ball failed to get over the net. Daredevils cross. Endgame moving it along. Try to attack, and they get a point there. 22-10 is our score. We are broadcasting live from the Roney Center. My name is Ray Silva from South Texas Border Sports. After this game, we will have a colossal matchup coming up here as the Daredevils will take on the undefeated Hawks. That's going to be our game of the week right there, as the end game celebrate a little loudly for their point accomplished there. 22-11. Our next matchup here is at 1 o'clock, Daredevils and Hawks. But right now, Daredevils needing to take care of business here against the end game. That ball gets across. Daredevils moving the ball around. They try to get the movement here, and that's going to fall in for another point. 22-12 is our score thus far. End game back to serve from the near side. And just a little walk-up serve and get it across. Daredevils moving the ball around. Oh, and the skill right there to the back line. 23-12 is our score. Wow. Daredevils with the beautiful serve, and that's going to fall in for another Daredevils point. It's going to be the set point for the Daredevils. Daredevils taking no prisoners right now. Serve gets across. That's going to be the set. That's going to be 25-12. Daredevils take the first set. We'll go to a commercial break. We'll bring it right back. We are back live from the Romney and Romney Center in McAllen, Texas. Daredevils 25-12 over the end game here in our first set of our third matchup. But don't forget, after this one, we will have a colossal showdown between the two lone undefeated teams, between the Hawks and the Daredevils. Both teams will perhaps enter the match at 3-0. Only one can be victorious, but right now the Daredevils have the end game in front of them. And perhaps the Daredevils want to take care of business before Daredevils with the first point as they continue to take over the end game at the first serve here. But it was the Daredevils that picked up the first point here, and the Daredevils on the service now. Ball goes across, end game setting up an attack. They get it over. Daredevils with the free ball attack. They attack the back line, nothing doing. Here comes the end game, and it's going to be a two-touch error. So point to the Daredevils. Daredevils back to serve. Ball gets across. They barely get it over. Setting it up are the Daredevils. They attack. End game, trying to find an attack there. Nothing doing. A little free ball action. Daredevils. They find an attack, and that's going to be point Daredevils. 3-0 the lead. Right now, some of the members of the Hawks are just playing vigilant right now. They're just being the vigilantes, as the Daredevils are making easy work of this one. And that's going to be a little short there, as the end game will get their first point. Substitution by the end game. 9 checks in for 3. End game, and that's going to be a two-touch, or that's going to be a lift called on the Daredevils. Point to the end game. 3-2 our lead. Ball goes up. That's going to be an ace. End game back to serve. Trying to get on the 3-game winning streak, winning their first one earlier today. And trying to win this one, or at least extend it to a third set. End game, moving the ball around, nothing doing. And that's going to be point end game. They take a brief 4-3 lead right now. End game back to serve. They're trying to move the ball around, as that's been one of their key focal points to their offense. Daredevils, they're just a smooth transition team that knows how to play collectively. End game, get that across. End game, setting it up. Happy to just get it over. End game, trying to dump it over. Daredevils with the free ball, and that's going to be a two-touch error once again. Back to serve is Endgame. Endgame holding a slender lead now, 5-3. Serve goes over. Daredevils get it up, over. Trying to attack the back line, nothing doing. Setting it up, attacking from the back. That's going to fall short once again. It's going to be 4-5 now. Daredevils back to serve. It's going to be the libero back to serve. for the Daredevils. Endgame barely getting that one over as they felt that the serve was going to be a little short. The ball is being moved around. That's going to fall in. That's being moved across. And that's going to fall in for Daredevil's point. We are now tied at 5 apiece here in set number 2. Serve gets across. Daredevils set it up. Opportunity to find a kill down the back line. Nothing doing. Endgame setting it up. They attack the back line too. Nothing doing. Daredevils trying to set it up. They get it across. Endgame just trying to find a set here. No, and that's going to go in. Wow. 6-5 our score. Libero checks out and middle blocker checks in. And that's going to go out of bounds. 6-all now on that service error. Libero checks back in for the end game. Daredevils with the serve. That's going to be a point. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Dion, that's your call right there, buddy. Wow. Daredevils trying to get back in equal terms. 7-6. That's going to be 8-6 now. Endgame with the lead. Endgame showing a little bit of a revival there. If this were to go for a third set, Daredevils will not have that third set experience, and they get the kill right there as they are within distance, trimming that deficit to 1 now. But as I was mentioning earlier, if this were to go to 3 sets, the Daredevils have not played a 3-set match all year, whereas the end game they've had, and they had a heartbreaking result. And as the Daredevils move the ball around, they attack and they get the kill right there as they attack the back line and get the point right there. Serve goes up, over, and that's going to be a Daredevil point. My Lord. What a powerful serve. And here come the Daredevils once again. Took an early lead, and now it's been a little bit of a back and forth affair. That ball barely gets across, and that's going to be 9-all. Substitution end game, 9 for 3 again. Or 3 for 9. That's 10-9 now. The end game starting to find a little bit of their groove now. They've taken the last couple of points here in a row. Serve gets across. That's going to go out of bounds. Now we're tied at 10. Substitution for the Daredevils. In-game happy to just get that across. Endgame gets it over. And that's going to be a violation on the endgame. 2 touches. point for the end game. A point for the Daredevils, I'm sorry, as the Daredevils have a 1-0 lead. In case you're just joining us, it was the Hawks over the Jokers earlier, 2-0, and the end game defeated the Sparks also 2-0, as the end game looked to build on a 3-game winning streak, but right now they are in a back and forth seesaw battle here in this second set against the Daredevils. 11-12 our score right now. My name is Ray Silva from South Texas Border Sports. That serve gets across for the end game. Daredevils looking to tip it over. End game just trying to push that over. Daredevils with a little bit of a free ball attack. They attack the back line. That's going to be a point for the Daredevils. Daredevils looking to get their third straight victory in a row as they continue to build off an impressive start from last weekend, going 2-0. Here trying to go for the third straight win, and what an attack to the back line right there. As a soft ball just lands right there, and they just set it up and send it to the back for a kill. Serve gets across. Endgame trying to play it over. Daredevils setting it up. They attack the back line, and that's going to go out of bounds. Endgame point. Endgame with an ace. Serve goes up. Daredevils attacking the ball. That's going to be it. Woo-wee. Wow, this is a nice back and forth battle right here. Serve goes up. Daredevils get it over. Endgame set it up. Use the back line to attack. Daredevils with an opportunity right here. They just are having to get it over right now. Endgame trying to set it up. They get the kill right there. It is 15-14. The Endgame are up. Endgame trying to push that over, and it's going to go out of bounds. 15-all is our score here in set number 2. Daredevils took the first one 25-12. But now they are in the midst of a back and forth battle versus the end game here. Coming in next after this matchup, it's going to be the undefeated Hawks taking on the Daredevils. Could be a real colossal matchup should the Daredevils take this second set here, because it will set up the record of the undefeateds between Daredevils and the Hawks here. That's going to be another point there for the Daredevils. Daredevils get that serve across, end game, looking to move the ball around, and the Daredevils with the free ball opportunity attack right there. They attack the back line, nothing doing, end game, trying to set up something similar. They get the kill over, but the ball goes over, and they try to get the tip shot right there, nothing doing, and that's going to go out of bounds. That's going to be point, end game, 17-16 our score. As once again, the end game go to the bench one more time. 9 for 3 as number 9 goes back to serve. 9 serving from the far side of the court. Just going to go a walk-up serve and hit it over the net. Daredevil setting it up, trying to attack, trying to play a little bit faster-paced volleyball. End game trying to set it up as well. Nothing doing. End game goes across, nothing. Daredevils straighten it up. They attack the back line. Nothing doing. It is now tied at 17 all. 17 all is our score, folks. If you or your business want to advertise yourselves on Texas Valley Sports, please feel free to call the offices at 956-997-4757 and ask for Joe today. Right now, the ball's being moved around. Endgame trying to get the point, and they get it. It's been a back and forth affair. The serve from the Endgame here. That serve gets over. Daredevil's just happy to get it across right now. Just trying to find some offensive consistency. And right now, they're being put on the front foot here, but they equalize right here to get it to 18 all. Daredevil's going to be back to serve here. It's going to be Sammy Garcia back to serve for the Daredevils. Ball gets up and over. Ball is moving around. Nothing doing there. Endgame trying to get the kill, and they get it. They attack the back line. It's now 19 to 18. Daredevils right now on slippery slopes right now. Endgame back to serve. Serve is up, over, and they're trying to find a point there. The ball barely touched by the Endgame. They get it across, and they're going to find a kill right there, right down the middle. And the libero will check in for the Endgame. The Daredevils back to serve. Endgame moving the ball around, nothing doing here. Endgame is moving everything around. They're trying to find an attack cavity, nothing doing there. Daredevil setting it up. They plan to go for the kill on the cross side, nothing doing. Endgame calling for a net violation, nothing doing. That's going to be a dump kill right there for the Daredevils. Daredevils up 20 to 19. Looking to close out this match now. They have the serve advantage at the moment. There goes the Endgame, setting it up. They barely get it over. Daredevils moving up, trying to find a cavity, nothing doing. And that's going to be tied at 20 after that kill right there. This has been a really entertaining set two thus far. If you are a diehard fan of volleyball, as the Daredevils try to close this one out in 2 straight sets. Right now, they got to get through this challenge right now, as Daredevils are looking to flip everything around here. But at the moment, it's just been all that the district dad can offer it. And there goes another Daredevil attack, nothing doing. And now the Endgame take a 1-point advantage once again. Here comes Endgame with the serve. They hold the advantage. It's over. Daredevil setting it up. Now they take a 2-point lead. Do the Daredevils call a timeout here? They will stick on the floor for now. Rotation error called against the Daredevils. Now the end game are only 2 points away from taking the set from the Daredevils. Who could be that next team to take anything from that team? That looks to be down, but they're just passing the ball around. And that's going to be point for the end game, is that's going to be set point here. Right now they are in slippery slopes are the Daredevils. And Daredevils have fallen here in set number 2. We're going to go to set number 3 here in a little bit. We'll go to commercial break. We are back live from the Romney Center in McAllen, Texas. It's winner take all here in this third set as the Daredevils look to stay undefeated and the end game trying to pick up their third straight win. Endgame having played a third set last week, falling in heartbreaking fashion. For the Daredevils, it's their first time playing a third set. Serve is underway as the Daredevils get the first serve. Ball movement for the Daredevils has been very inconsistent, but they'll get the first point of this third set as the Daredevils try to close out this match. Daredevils, right now their undefeated record is in jeopardy at the moment, having been taken to a third set. Endgame with that experience already last weekend as they fell to a heartbreaker to the Sparks. Moving the ball around are the Daredevils. They get it across. Dust Devils set it up, and that's going to go out of bounds. That's going to be point Daredevils. Serve gets across. Endgame trying to find a cavity. They'll get something out of that. Nothing doing there. They'll attack the back line. Nothing doing. That's going to be a two-touch error. That's going to be point Daredevils. And that's going to be an ace. Falls inside. 4-0 lead for the Daredevils. Daredevils with the serve. That's going to be point Daredevils, and that ball hits out of bounds. And they're going to call a timeout here. We'll take one with you as well. We are back from the timeout. Endgame just wanting to re-strategize everything that they've been doing so far. And another ace by the Daredevils. And they're going to have to reserve that. First to 15 here wins. It's going to be a reserve now. Endgame just trying to get that ball over. Setting it up are the Daredevils. They find something in the back. Nothing doing there. Endgame just trying to just get their first point here of this set. It's the Daredevils attack the middle. Nothing doing. And teammates collide within each other. It's going to be a 6-0 lead for the Daredevils. Six to nothing our score here. Big serve there for the Daredevils as it is met up by the Endgame. Endgame circulating the ball around. And they're claiming 4 touches on the Daredevils. There's going to be a substitution here. Back to serve are the Endgame. And there's going to be a yellow card issued out to number 7 of the Endgame. A yellow card being issued out there. Delay of game is being called now on the Endgame. That's going to be 6-2 now for the Endgame. Ball gets across. That's going to be point end game. Serve gets across. The Daredevils attack falls a little short there, as now the end game have reeled off 4 in a row now. End game being met there at the net. End game moving the ball around, but it's the Daredevils who want to impose the style, but nothing goes there. And that's going to be point Daredevils snapping the little 4-point run at the end game began there, and a libero sub on the other side for the Daredevils. Ball gets crossed for Daredevils. End game. That's going to be a 2-touch violation on the end game here. 8-4 our score. End game with an attack, nothing doing. Ball movement so key for Daredevils. They set to move the ball over and over the course. And the end game trying to find something here. And the ball moves around the end game court. Daredevil have a free ball opportunity right here. That's going to be point end game. 8-5 our score. Folks, if you, your friends, or any business that you know needs help with their advertisement, you can call 956-997-4757. Ask for Joe for plans available today to get your business advertised on the Texas Valley Sports Networks. Ball movement being key here for the Daredevils as they attack the back line of the end game and nothing doing. And here comes an attack once again that's gonna fall over, but not enough here as they go to the tip once again. Ball's being moved around. 8-5 our score here in the third set. Daredevils, their undefeated record is up in jeopardy. End game, trying to continue to build a 3-game winning streak. Which one will come first? One of these has to happen. And the end game with the point right there, as they're moving the ball quite nicely here as of recently, having forced the third set and now having to put the Daredevils on their heels a little bit now. 8-6 our score here in the third set. Daredevils hoping to turn their fortunes, and now it is now 8-7. Right now the Daredevils are a bit dazed and confused with the end game attack at the moment. Back to serve. It's up, over, nothing doing. It's gonna be 9-7 our score now as the Daredevils get that point. Ray Silva here from South Texas Board Sports at the Romney Center in McAllen, Texas. We'll have 3 more matchups for you coming up at the end of this one. Right now, it has been the Daredevils right now. Now they've managed to get the last couple here as they're up 10-7. And it's going to be an ace for the Daredevils. 11-7 our score right now. Right now the Daredevils trying to put this one away to go on undefeated. It's going to be point for the end game as they make another substitution. End game back to serve. That goes over. Daredevils trying to set it up. They get it over. End game with an opportunity here. They're met at the net. They get it across. End game. Trying to figure it out here. And they've gotten the point here. It is now 11-9. End game keeping this one really, really close. It's going to be point end game. 11-10 is our score. Right now, the end game are using a very conservative serve to get their points at the moment, and it's been real effective so far. And there's going to be a 2-touch violation. That's going to be point Daredevils. Here comes the Daredevils back to serve. Serve goes up, over. That's going to be point Daredevils. 13-10 our score. Each team with the set apiece. First to get to 15 must win by 2 or more will be declared our winner here. That's going to be point Daredevils. That's going to be set and match point for the Daredevils as they are looking to close this one out and be 3-0 on the year. Serve goes up, over. And that's going to be it as the Daredevils take this one 3-0. Right now we will hit the reset button as the Daredevils and Hawks. A colossal match of the undefeated is coming up next here on the Texas Valley Sports Network.